Good morning. Welcome to online class. My college is Indriya Priyadarshini Government Degree College for Women, Nampalli, Hyderabad. Today discuss the topic is yeast or Saccharomyces. Presented by B. Jagan Mohan, lecturer in botany. In this topic, contents, introduction, systematic position, occurrence, vegetative structures, nutrition, reproduction and life cycle, and some importance. The topic yeast or Saccharomyces. Introduction is this is the one of eukaryotic fungi, unicellular. Some may seem multicellular due to formation of pseudophyta. In this fungi, yeast is 3 to 4 micrometers in diameter and 5 to 30 m in length. Chemoorganotropous, aerobic. It's grow mainly in natural and slightly acidic conditions. Oval or round shape. Yeast grow typically in moist environments where there is plentiful supply of simple soluble nutrients such as sugar and amino acids, commonly found on leaf and fruit surface, on roots and in various type of foods. Here the systematic position of yeast or Saccharomyces. Here yeast division is Mycota. Mycota is a true fungi. Subdivision is Ascomycotina. The class is Hemiascomycetes. Order Endomycetales. Family is Saccharomycetaceae. Subfamily is Saccharomycetidae and genus is Saccharomyces or yeast. Here the subdivision Ascomycotina. The character of Ascomycotina. In this subdivision Ascomycotina fungi well developed mycelium with septate hypha. Here asexual reproductive structures chlamydospores, conidia and sclerotia. And asexual reproduction result in the formation of a sac called ascus. The ascus contains ascospores. Fruiting body is generally known as ascocarp. Ascocarp and ascogenous hypha lacking thallus mycelial are yeast-like. This is the character of Ascomycetes, and this is systematic position or classification of fungi. The fungi yeast. The yeast is generally defined as unilocular fungi, which in a stage of their life cycle occurs as a single cell, reproducing commonly by budding or less frequently by fusion. Here occurrence in this slide, main points here, the occurrence is the yeast are wide spread in their distribution. They are frequently found growing saprophytically on substrates that contain sugar, such as decaying vegetables, ripe fruits, and grains. Here, sugar exudates of trees and nectar of flowers. They are also found in soil, containery substrates, abundance of human and animal, etc. The yeast are well known for their ability to ferment sugar with the production of CO2 and alcohol. Here the beer, wine and alcohol yeasts are included in the genus Saccharomyces. This genus includes about 40 species, of which the Saccharomyces cerevisiae is the most important one. The other common Indian species are Saccharomyces epiculatus, Saccharomyces octosporus, and Saccharomyces ludwigii. This is some of Indian species. The yeast major character is the yeast is a unicellular fungi eukaryotic facultative anaerobics capable of forming colonies on solid culture media. Occurred worldwide over 1500 species distributed. This is the yeast cell. The structure of the vegetative structures of yeast cell. Here Saccharomyces cell structures mainly here. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is commonly employed in bread making and beer brewing. Because of this, it is properly called as brewers or beer's yeast. Here mainly cell structure is the yeast, unlike other fungi, yeast are unicellular microscopic organisms. The shape of the yeast cell varies from species to species. Usually these are spherical, oval, elongated, ellipsoidal cells ranging from 8 to 13 micron in length and 2 to 8 micron in diameters. Sometimes these cells form long chains Individually, the yeast cells appear hyaline in color, but when grow on solid media, colonies may be white, cream colored, or tinged with brownish pigments. Each cell has a chitinous cell wall enclosing a wall differentiated cytoplasm. The cell wall is made of two layers. An outer dense layer about 0.05 micron thick and an inner less dense layer about 0.2 micron thick, containing microfibrils. The cytoplasm is differentiated into an outer cytoplasm and inner granular endoplasm. Here the endoplasm encloses a characteristic vacuolated nucleus which has a minute nucleus at one end and a chromatin network in the center covering the whole vacuole. Here the difference of opinion lies whether the vacuole is a part of the nucleus or the vacuole and the nucleus are separate entities. Here some points given below. However, electron microscopic studies of the cells have shown that the nucleus is surrounded by a definite membrane and is distinct from the vacuole. The cell wall surrounded by a ridge envelope with comprise of carbohydrate means glucan, mannan and glycosylated protein determines the shape of the cell, provides a barrier against his osmotic presence in cytoplasm and generally maintains the integrity of the cell. The cell wall is a complex extracellular organelle capable of dynamic changes in response to changes in external conditions and to different stages of the life cycle. Capsular material produce a extracellularity. Cytoplasmic membranes presence between the cell wall and cytoplasm. The function selective transport of low molecular weight compounds. It is also the yeast cell plasmids, cytoplasm, Golgi, labeled diagram here, and embedded within the cytoplasm are the mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, lipids granules, Golgi apparatus, and ribosomes. The nucleus is enclosed in a perfected nuclear membrane. The vacuole contains a watery substance and granules of polymetaphosphate and lipid. The mitochondria are variable in shape. They may be spherical, rod-like, thread-like, unbranched or branched. The reserve food material in the cytoplasm are in the form of glycogen, oil, oil globules and protein particles. The vegetative cell of Saccharomyces cerevisiae is generally diploid. Mitotic division is intercellular. Example, the nuclear membrane remains intact during nuclear division. This is the cell structure of yeast and the nutrition of yeast or Saccharomyces. Here the main points given below. Here the yeast nutrition is like other fungi. Yeast are also heterotrophic organisms. They live saprophytically on overripe fruits, fruit juice, all sort of sugar solutions and obtained for food and in the form of simple sugars. In addition to these carbohydrates, yeast also require nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium sulfate, iron, Fe, ferrous and CuZn, zinc, Cu copper and molybdenum. The yeast cell secrete gymase group of enzymes into the substratum on which they are growing. They convert complex sugar and other carbohydrates into simple sugars, which diffuse into the cytoplasm of the yeast cell. A small part of this sugar is utilized as food by the yeast, and the remaining sugar is oxidized during aerobic respiration. The aerobic respiration, here a formula, glucose plus 6O2, C6H2O6, this is the glucose, and 6O2 gives rise to 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy. It is the respiration, aerobic respiration formula. The aerobic respiration supports rapid multiplication of yeast cell. However, in the absence or poor supply of oxygen, they show anaerobic respiration. Sugars were broken down into ethyl alcohol and CO2 with little quantum of energy. Consequently, cell multiplication slows down. Here, anaerobic respiration, glucose for yeast cell gives rise to 2C2H5OH plus CO2 plus energy. The products of this reaction C2H5OH and CO2 diffuse into the surrounding medium. This process of breakdown of carbohydrates into alcohol and CO2 is known as alcoholic fermentation. This process is utilized in the manufacture of alcohol and wines and in bread making. This is the nutrition of yeast cells. And next, the yeast reproduction. The yeast reproduction here, they reproduce either asexually, here asexually most common, or sexually. Asexually reproduction is through budding or binary fission. Sexual reproduction results in the formation of the appropriate spore structures. In this diagram, budding and fusion and spores. The first is the budding. Second one is fusion. Here main point, one of two ways yeast reproduce asexually: an outgrowth from the parent cell pinches of producing a daughter cell. Here another point, one of two ways yeast reproduce asexually: the parent cell elongates its nucleus, divide and it splits evenly into two daughter cells. Here the first one is budding. Most of the yeast multiply asexually by method called budding. A few undergo fusion. Saccharomyces normally reproduce by budding, normally or generally. Here the budding is most common method. Under favorable condition, the yeast cell gives rise to a tiny outer growth that gradually increase in size. The nucleus divides emetotically, one of which migrates into the newly formed outer growth and form a bud. The bud separates from parent and becomes independent. Here the budding, it is also budding. When the food supply is abundant, the yeast cell reproduce rapidly by a peculiar process known as budding. During this process, the nucleus of the mother cell divides mitotically, but according to some optimists, this process is emetotic. Soon a small protuberance appears on the surface of the vegetative cell in the form of bud. The cytoplasm of the cell, along with one daughter nucleus enter into the bud. The cytoplasmic connection is closed by the deposition of the wall material. Eventually, the bud separates from the parent cell, but its previous point of attachment is distinguishable as a birth scale. Next, the detached bud or yeast cell grows and again starts budding. A new bud arises on the surface of the parent cell at the opposite end of the first and not from the same area. It is known as bipolar budding. In the presence of abundant food supply, the process of budding is repeated quickly. The daughter cell produces a new buds even before its separation of the mother cell. In this way, short chains of cells loosely joined together may be formed. These chains of cells are called pseudoecilium. The pseudoecilium also branches sometimes. Soon the chains break and the constituted cells are separated from each other. This is the budding, asexual reproduction. Next to the fusion. Here the fusion is the yeast cell. In this method, the mother cell elongated and its nucleus divided to produce two daughter nucleus. Gradually, a transfer septum is laid down in the middle, dividing the mother cell into uninucleate daughter cells. Fusion is, however, not as common as budding. Here, example, Saccharomyces. This is the fusion of yeast cell. Next, the sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction takes place when the food supply is scanty. Well-defined sex organs are not formed. It's occurred by conjugation of two somatic cells or two ascospores which are potential gametangia. Here, zygote is formed as a result of this fusion, which directly fusions as an ascus. The fusion nucleus undergoes meiotic and mitotic divisions, forming haploid ascospores. Here occurs at the end of growing seasons under favorable conditions two haploid somatic cells, in this bracket ascospores, fuse together to form a diploid zygote nucleus. During sexual union, two cells fuse, plasmogamy. Fuse, and this is followed by the fusion of the two nucleus, that is the karyogamy. Here, the number of ascospore per ascus varies from 4 to 8 depending upon the nuclear divisions. The shape of the ascospore is also variable. They are generally globes or ovoid, as in Saccharomyces, Schizosaccharomyces and Saccharomycotes. The ascospores are that shaped, and in they are needle-like. According to Guillemot in 1940, three types of life cycle are known in yeast. The first one is haplobiontic, second one is diplobiontic, and third one is haplodiplobiontic life cycle. The first one is haplobiontic life cycle. In this diagram, haplobiontic life cycle. The haplobiontic life cycle, this type of life cycle is shown by Schizosaccharomyces actospores. During sexual reproduction, two haploid somatic cells behave as potential gametangia. The adjacent cells of similar size put out short break-like protuberance which come into contact with each other. The intervening cells between them dissolve to form a conjugation tube. The nucleus from each cell migrates into the conjugation tube and fuse. Here fuse is karyogamy. Conjugation tube and fuse. Gradually the two uniting cells along with the conjugation tube form the zygote cell, which functions directly as an ascus mother cell. The diploid zygote nucleus undergoes 3 successive divisions, of which the cell is mitotic, producing 8 haploid nucleus. Each of these nuclei get organized into an ascospore. The zygote cell with the 8 ascospores becomes the ascus. And here the ascospores are liberated by the rupture of the ascus wall. These ascospores behave as somatic cells and begin to reproduce by budding or fusion producing daughter cells. In the type of life cycle, the diploid phase is very short and is confined only to zygote cell. It undergoes meiosis immediately after karyogamy, while haploid phase is very much elaborated. This is the haplobiontic life cycle. The haplobiontic life cycle. Next, second one is diplobiontic life cycle. Here some point given below. Dominant diploid phase represented by somatic cell. Short haploid phase represented by ascospore. The ascospores are not liberated from the ascus, but they copulate within the ascus. The zygotes found within the ascus but out diplobiontic vegetative cell. This is the diplobiontic life cycle. Here mainly this type of life cycle is exemplified by Saccharomycodes ludwigi. Unlike haplobiontic life cycle, here the diploid somatic phase is very long and the haploid phase is very short. Here the ascospores directly fusion as gametangia and copulate. The vegetative cells are diploid and multiply extensively by budding. This diploid cell behave as ascus mother cell and their diploid nucleus divided mitotically to produce 4 haploid ascospores. These ascospores do not come out of the ascus. 2 of these are of plus strain and the other 2 are of minus strain. The ascospores of opposite strain fuse in pairs to produce 2 diploid zygote cells. Each diploid cells germinates by producing a germ tube which pushes out through the ascus wall and acts as a short mycelium. From the support mycelium, diploid cells are budded off. This is the diplobiontic life cycle and haplobiontic life cycle. Here the haplobiontic life cycle is, in this type of life cycle, both the haploid and diploid phases are equally well represented, showing distinct alternations of generation. This type of life cycle is represented by Saccharomyces cerevisiae. In Saccharomyces, 2 kinds of somatic cells are present. They are small spherical haploid cells and large ellipsoidal diploid cell. The haploid cells behave a gametangia which belong to plus and minus strains. 2 haploid cells of opposite meeting type of unite to form a diploid cell. The diploid cell multiply by budding and produce a large number of diploid cells. Under condition unsuitable for continued vegetative growth, these diploid cells get converted into ASCII. They undergo meiosis and produce 4 haploid ascospore in each of them. After liberation, the ascospore from haploiding cell by simple budding. This is the diplobiontic, haplo and diplobiontic life cycle and the importance of yeast. Here the yeast have a lot of economic value to mankind. They have certain beneficial as well as harmful activities also. Here some importance. The Saccharomyces cerevisiae is the main organism in wine production besides other yeast because of its, and it is the beer yeast is acid ferments sugar to alcohol even in the presence of oxygen, used in baking because it producing CO2 from sugar very rapidly, used to producing commercially important proteins. It's also used for during screening and functional analysis because it is a eukaryotic but can be handled as easily as bacteria. One of the most important eukaryotic cellular model system. Here in this slide some points given below. And food yeast. Yeast are used for food by man for the following reasons: to provide proteins to importance, flour, and to supply vitamins, especially B vitamins. Food yeast are sometimes prescribed medically when a deficiency of B vitamin exists in a patient. Food yeast have several synonyms: derived yeast, inactive derived yeast, dry yeast, and dry inactive yeast. Dried torula yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, sulfite yeast, wood sugar yeast, and xylose yeast. The link between wood and the production of yeast for animal consumption is shown by the late 3 names. Here the industrial importance of yeast, mainly here beer. Here Saccharomyces cerevisiae are its close relatives. Olives and wine use Saccharomyces cerevisiae. And second one is beer. Olives and large use cereal grains, commonly barley, as the basis of fermentation. Example: Saccharomyces cerevisiae and sake. Sake is a Japanese beverage made of rice. Steamed rice is inoculated with Aspergillus oryzae to produce koji. and some breed making. This is the main some importance of yeast or Saccharomyces, and the yeast introduction, classification, and cell structure and reproduction and life cycle, and its some importance. So this topic is over. Thank you.